Orioles magic, feel it happen. Orioles magic, feel it happen. Baby, we are back. Win number two in the dub column for the Baltimore Orioles. Jordan Westburg, 4 hits, 2 jacks. Colton Cowser were mooing around the bases to start the game. Ramon Arias just comes up clutch every time. It doesn't matter if he sits on the bench for days. It doesn't matter. When the Ramon Arias needs to get something done, the guy's going to get it done. Dean Kramer settles in. The bullpen got into some sticky situations, but hell, all that matters is you get out of them. And Felix Bautista turned the clocks back for the first time in over 500 days. Felix Bautista takes us back to mountain time, 3 strikeouts, and gets the win. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Toronto. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we feeling? And welcome to this episode of Kevin and Zach Reacts. The Baltimore Orioles beat the Toronto Blue Jays 9-5, going for the 4-game series win tomorrow. 2-1 on the season. Man, we talked last night. Sorry for shaking the camera. I'm just so fired up over this ball club, over the potential of this lineup. Another just hell of a game, 9 runs. And by the way, there's this pretty good ball player, Gunnar Henderson's, that's going to be added to the lineup pretty soon. How are we feeling today? Where are we tuning in from? The Orioles get a Saturday dub. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Ain't the beer cold, baby. Ain't the beer cold. This is one of those games we're playing the damn song. First inning, go up 2-0, 2 solo shots. You're feeling like the offense is humming. Let's get a shutdown inning to start it up with Dean Kramer. Suddenly it's 2-2. Then suddenly you're down 4-2. You need the bats to come. It feels like forever ago. This was a long game. This was close to 3 hours. It feels like forever ago that Max Scherzer exited the game with lat soreness. All of a sudden, they have to bring Lovelady in. And, well, the Birds either hit or got hit. And all that matters is they found ways to get runners across. And it wouldn't be Kevin and Zach React without the other half of it. Kevin Ostriker. Kevin, those are back in the win column. World Series is back on. How are we feeling?
First it couldn't have been so back, and then it was so over, and now we're so back. I mean,
we're just so back.
Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it?
Kevin, it was just a classic game of the Orioles offense. Kind of what we've talked about before with a little bit of the concern in the pitching staff that Orioles may have to win some shootouts this year. Even when Dean Kramer did not have his best stuff, biggest thing that I took away from it is he settled in and battled to get to the 6th inning and into the 6th inning. Kevin, we talked about going into this year, for the biggest key for starting pitchers this year is going to be just going deep in the game and keeping the boys, keeping this lineup in the game. If you can just keep this lineup in the game, you're going to give them an opportunity to strike, especially once Scherzer got out of the game. It felt like the Orioles just took over. You just have to keep them in the game. It's what Dean did, even though it wasn't pretty. Give up 2 in the, 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth. It wasn't great, 5 runs, but they found a way to get it done. All that matters is you save the bullpen a little bit, especially after yesterday, because the worst thing that could have happened is Dean goes 4 innings. If Dean would have just went 4 innings and they would have had to find those outs again, it could have gotten ugly in Birdland pretty quickly, especially with those with the bullpen and the rest situation. With Bautista, you're not going to pitch multiple days in a row. They've already said that. But just all around, the Birds back in the win column. Kevin, how we feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. I mean, again, the Orioles are going to be carried by their offense this season. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. this is how they're going to have to win games a lot of the time. And I'm not saying the pitching staff can't get the job done in spots, but the strength of this team is the offense. And obviously, health plays a big factor in that. I'm glad that you have matured and realized that Jordan Westburg is the glue that holds the lineup together.
Exactly.
What was I saying on opening day? Ryan went around. They said, "All right, who's everybody excited for?" I said Jordan Westburg is the guy, that guy that holds everything together. So I don't know if you're just stealing my lines or what, but I won't copyright you. I'll give you permission.
I appreciate you, Kevin. I'm just learning about this Jordan Westburg guy. Yeah. But it was a great game all around, and it was once again a reminder that Ramon Urias, it's so weird. It feels like the fans always want to push him out, but it takes a special player to be able to sit on the bench, not be an everyday guy. But holy crap, when the game is at a turning point, they're not maybe Westburg, but besides that, Ramon Urias seems to be the guy you want up, because if he's going to come through, he's going to come through. And it happens more times than not.
Yeah. I mean, I know, Ramon's gotten flack over the course of his time in Baltimore. I mean, he's not the best hitter the Orioles have, but he's someone that can step up in clutch moments, and we saw this last year. I mean, he's someone that is an underrated player. I think that, everybody with Ramon, he always feels like, you're right, that fringe guy. You're like, okay, next move, Ramon's gone. Yeah. And then he just continues to stick around, and he continues to produce. Not a Jordan Westburg level type of produce, but still, he's going out there and giving you timely hits when the Orioles need them. And he has it's something to him. So, we had the conversation last night about who's the guy that gets pushed out once Gunnar comes back. I don't think you put down Ramon Urias.
No way you can.
You DFA him. I don't think he's someone's taking him.
He'd start for some teams. I don't think people understand. He'd start for. You think the LA Angels are going to let a guy like that just not some of these teams that just
the White Sox are contending this year. They could
exactly,
use
Kevin, exactly. And then it's so funny because obviously we've talked about Westy, we've talked about Urias, the guy who started it all off. We got his third career leadoff home run.
Do you have? No, I have a different one. I have where is mine is over there.
What do you have?
I did this first. Don't hold on. Don't you dare get it. Hold on.
Kevin. Then go get over here talking about it. I did first. Go get it then. Maybe we could do this together. Did you ever think maybe it's a together type thing? Kevin selfishly thinks we can do nothing together. He better come back with something. Kevin, what you got for him? Did he just freeze for you?
Do you not remember when I pulled this out?
Yeah, but are you drinking anything out of it, Kevin?
No. This is a milk carton.
I put my water in it, dude.
Oh, your
hydration.
Your LaCroix. Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have anything in here. I should probably keep this closer so that I can just kind of whenever we talk about Colton, I can just kind of pull this out.
That's what I do. I keep this next to us. I've been waiting 3 games to use this.
Here. All right. We're doing some reorganizing. But yeah, Colton, 1 through 9, this lineup meshes. And hey, you know what? You take leadoff homers are the only solo homers that are acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, what? It was another 3 solo homer game for the Orioles, right? 3 home runs, all solos.
Hey, they manufacture runs today, which I'm not complaining.
Let me make sure. They did. They did. I'll give them that. It was a lot of, we got some sac flies. We got moving runners over. We had Seti stealing bases. The Orioles played a little small ball today. Yeah, they had 3 solo shots, but they played a little played a little small ball. I want to say slaw ball, but small ball, Kevin. Yeah. Maybe too many LaCroix for me. I gotta speed it up. Gotta drink more. I gotta hydrate, Kevin. But overall, this game was a good, it was a gritty performance. They go up 2-0 early, then you fall down 4-2. It's going to be like this season. They're going to have plenty of times where they take the lead early and then they have to battle back. So it was nice to see that, Kevin, we kind of talked about last night. The Orioles went down, what was it, 6-2? And you kind of felt like the vibe was everyone was like, well, we got 160 more of these. Like, we'll get them next time. Tonight, it felt a little different. Today, I guess. It felt like the guys, even once they're down 4-2, Lovelady came in and the rest was history. The Orioles took the lead and never got back. Uh, Ramon Arias, like I mentioned earlier, was kind of the big part of that, inning, the 3 RBI bases clearing double with 2 outs. But even if you take away the 3 solo shots, the Orioles win 6-5. So, yes, you can talk about, it was upsetting, we're hitting 3 home runs, all solo shots. At the end of the day, they still did enough small ball wise to get the job done.
Yeah, and again, this is exactly what we talk about, where you don't want to rely on the home run ball. It's a good thing to have in your arsenal. It's a good thing to be a power team, but manufacture runs, and it's going to set you up for a lot more success and a lot more 6, 7, 8 run games as opposed to 2, 3, 4 run games. And we saw the Orioles do that today, and it's a really good sign. It's a really good sign. This offense is high powered. You have a long way to go, but I think everybody in the lineup has flashed, at least in your top 9. I mean, guys that you have out there in a playoff game, at least right now. Obviously, Gunner's not in the lineup right now, but so top 8. I think everybody's had a moment this year, or maybe one like maybe no, because Mountcastle had his opening day hit. So I think everybody's had a moment. I think everybody's had a moment.
And the offense is not, we talked about beforehand, the offense is not going to be the issue this year. If the offense does what they're capable of, then it's going to be a fun year, especially I think they're going to get a lot of wins. It's going to be the pitching being able to keep them in ball games, even when you don't have your best stuff like Dean today. Dean early on getting hit hard, guys on the base, kind of like we saw yesterday with Morton. But the difference is Dean buckled down and got through. We talked about last night about saving the bullpen. Sometimes, even though he gave up another run in that 5th, it was a way for them to get an extra inning. You didn't have to use the bullpen because, like I said, they're not using Felix back-to-back days. So you're automatically not getting Felix tomorrow. Felix is done for tomorrow. He's not pitching. So you're one less guy already. Him going into the 6th allows you to overall kind of get maybe an extra guy. They didn't have to use CNL in a back-to-back situation. I hate that they had to use Sir Anthony again. He did get out of it. Would have loved Gregory Soto to not put us in that situation, but it was a humbling reminder, Kevin, of the stress of watching a middle reliever try to find the strike zone as the tying run gets closer and closer to the plate.
Yep, it's the beauty of baseball. And
we're going to have something of baseball.
We're going to have moments like that. But again, I feel so confident in the offense this year if they can continue to manufacture runs. And I'm not saying they have to manufacture 5 runs every single game, but just 1 or 2 extra will go a long way, especially because we know this team is a power team. So, I mean, that's going to be the formula for success for them this season, where the long ball is going to be number 1. The long ball is going to be what they use to get a lot of their runs of this season. But how many guys are going to get on base before Gunner hits his shot? Is it going to be none and you only get 1 run, or are you going to get 2 guys on and you're going to be able to get 2 more runs in? So that's the big part of it. And, obviously you love bases clearing, extra bases, and, the whole 9 there. But this lineup is powerful with the ability to reach a higher level than last season. And obviously in the second half last year, we had talked about how they were consistently inconsistent with a lot of what they did. But now
Kevin, so the offense was super inconsistent in the second half last year. Was there an injury or something that took anyone out for 6-7 week period towards the end of last year where it really felt like the offense couldn't get anything going? Was there any specific, maybe third base, second base, maybe a Jordan Westberg that missed? And Kevin, it's so funny. We've talked to guys. We've on the Ryan Ripken show, we've talked to Hyder. We've talked to guys in the organization, and all of them echo the same thing. even players, we don't understand how big of an impact not having Jordan Westberg in that lineup was. And I'm going to, you know what, Kevin? I might get bold. It's game 3. I might get bold because I've been seeing it murmured on the internets a little bit. Could you make an argument behind Gunnar Henderson? Jordan Westberg's your second best player offensively?
Wow.
It's between. I mean, obviously that you've got some guys who, when they're hot, they're hot.
Yeah.
But we're talking about consistency, Mister Production.
Let's play a game. If you're live with us in the chat,
yeah.
Who do you think is the Orioles' second best offensive player?
Yeah, so I guess
obviously
Gunnar Henderson,
Adley, and Westy are obviously the.
Yeah, I was going to say right. I couldn't think of. Like, last year we would have put Tony in there.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I love Westy, but I'm probably still going Adley too. I understand why there's the debate.
Yeah,
but
you have to have it too. Yeah, Kevin, can we make a poll? Can we?
Yes, I will make a poll. Give me a second.
Yeah, so we'll put a poll in the chat. It is between Westy and Adley.
Yeah. My vote is Adley personally.
Because I brought the question up, I'm going to say Westy. I see everyone in the chat is.
Well, what's your reasoning? Don't just say because you brought it up.
I think, and maybe this is because I'm not going to just use that last year, because Adley also we can say it now. He was not the same last year in the second half. I believe he was injured. So when you took Westy out and Adley was battling stuff, the offense, there was no way they were going to be consistent. Those two are the glue. But I think Jordan Westberg, when we're talking about, guys with runners in scoring position, guys who just consistently, when they're up, I feel confident are going to get a guy over, get a guy in, find a way to start a rally. And I'll say this, Jordan Westberg, beat out another infield single? Jordan Westberg's flying this year. 6'3", and that man is moving down the line. I love everything we're seeing from Jordan Westberg this year. Obviously, I've been a big Westy fan. Kevin, I'll expose, I guess, call myself out a little bit from a few years ago. I was on record being like, why are we even keeping Jordan Westberg in this organization? Because he had at that point played 100+ games in AAA. He had 50 AAA home runs. He was just sitting there, and I was like, if we're not going to call him up, I was like, get this guy out of the organization, go get pitching. I was like, he's going to be in the AL Central. I am so freaking glad that I was wrong and they decided to keep him. Another example of maybe I shouldn't run the team. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe we're going to leave that to Mike Elias and them after all. But they're just certain glue guys that you have, and Adley and Westberg, I think, are the two glue guys in the offense. Which I'm going to say, I do not mind. It's going to be interesting where they put Gunnar when he comes back. I've been liking that you got to have Adley at 2, Westberg at 3 or 4. I've been really liking that.
Yeah, and there are so many ways you can maneuver through how you construct this lineup if you're Brandon Hyde. And, I to your point, I mean, I don't think you're necessarily calling yourself out. I mean, I understand what your point was. I don't think you hated Westberg as a player. I just think that you're like, well, if he's going to stay, it's the same thing we talked about with Norby and Stowers and Kjerstad. And, they decided to move off of Joey Ortiz. Essentially, they chose Westberg over Joey Ortiz. And that clearly was the right decision. And that's no hate to Joey Ortiz, obviously, but Westy's just turned into one of Baltimore's most consistent players. And I'll say it like this. I think overall, Adley is the Orioles' second best offensive player.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and again, I think there was something with an injury or distraction going on with Adley last year. So I'm not fully factoring that in, but you do to an extent. I think that Westberg is more consistent across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Where Adley has higher highs and lower lows, but Westy is more consistent. And that's not saying that Westy can be playing better than Adley at one point or be playing worse than Adley at another.
Yeah.
But I just think that Westberg is so consistent for them. But I still think Adley's their second best offensive player overall.
Yeah, and I tweeted out earlier, especially this year, the biggest thing I'm noticing from Adley is he's using the whole field. His double to the opposite field this year, it looks like he's got that. Hell, Kevin, we put a video out about which, if you missed the full reactions, we are going to be putting segments out just as regular videos throughout the season, probably 1 to 2 after each episode. So if you missed the full episode, you just want to hit key points of us reacting, we will have those videos out after each live stream, which this is Kevin and Zach React. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Go live after every single Orioles game. We also have memberships now for call-ins. Only reason we're doing membership for that is to make sure we kind of don't have trolls calling in. We can kind of vent that a little bit. You also get instant reactions right after the game. One of us will give you like a 30, 45-second instant reaction right after the last pitch. So hit that join button if you want to call in stuff. We appreciate that as always. Nothing else behind the paywall. Reactions are all free. Come join the community, all of that. It's a fun time. Like Kevin, we've talked offense. Pitching wise, was there any big thing pitching today? Was there any story? I feel like, was there any storylines pitching today? Was there any
I don't
returns?
know.
Any
I was thinking about scaling
the
him
same
out
old, same old?
Yeah, I was thinking of scaling him out, and after we're done here on the live stream, I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
What
You know?
you're getting the?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said I was thinking of scaling him out, and after the
maybe.
stream, I don't know if that is
time turning it back to mountain
yeah,
time.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not.
Maybe. Feel like we'll move right to the end. It's like, we're skipping right to the end. Felix Bautista, 3 strikeouts. Wasn't perfect. 2 guys on. Got a little, the heart was like a little after Bo Bichette's double, then Tony walks with 2 outs. I was like, let's not do this. Like, I was like, I was kind of having that thought in the back of my mind where I was like, Felix, don't ruin your return, bro. Like, I was like, don't. Like, everyone's so happy right now, dude. Like, please do not do this. Like, I was like, do not do it. But he does what he does. He gets 3 strikeouts and ends it, dude. That's all. That's what he's done. Even when he's not, you can tell he's not fully there. You can tell he's not 100%. Like we said, he's not going to pitch tomorrow. He got up to 98, but it's not the 101 that we've seen from. So Felix is, I would say, probably close to like 85%-ish right now. And if you're not going to have your best control, if you're not going to have your best stuff, and you still find a way to get 3 strikeouts to slam the door shut, you're doing something pretty well. And hey, even after the 2 guys get on, that 2025 ERA is still a big old goose egg, Kevin. That's all that matters from the closer position. We can talk about the outing and the actual stuff in a sec, but what's it mean? Like, I can talk after you. Just seeing, and in the chat, what were the feelings going through your head just watching Felix on the mound again in a meaningful baseball game for the Orioles?
It's kind of hard to put into words.
Over 500 days, Kevin.
I know. I mean, I'm trying to think of the right emotion, and maybe I'll see someone put it in the chat, and that'll kind of be what I'm trying to say. But to know how hard he's worked to get back to this point, how much, he loves the game of baseball, how much he's missed being on the mound, how much it means to him to pitch. I mean, I just think that I was overjoyed for Felix and, so happy that he's able to get back. And, again, it's going to be a ride of trying to get Felix all the way back to, his old Felix self. And I didn't come into the end of the game expecting Felix to have a perfect 1, 2, 3 in it.
Yeah,
it would have been great if he did. I'm not saying he doesn't have that ability, but I think, he was definitely juiced up for it. Right. And you know what, Trey? At least it wasn't Craig Kimbrell.
What a difference from last year. Remember, it was like, here comes Craig Kimbrell, guys. Like, we're going to try to win this thing.
If you remember, he was one of the best relievers in baseball in the first half of the season.
Well, yeah, Kevin, but how I don't know if that's how people remember him.
No, they don't.
We
No,
remember.
they
We
don't. But I'm
remember those
saying to
votes.
start off the year, it was, oh yeah, here comes Craig Kimbrell, and then as the season goes on, your smile slowly started to fade, and then it started to turn into a frown. Then you got the furrowed
We were using
eyebrows.
him in the 5th inning towards the end of the year.
You know what? We don't have to talk about it anymore. You know why? Because he's gone and Felix is back, and this is what we have been waiting for. You're right. 500 days. This is what it was.
And this is the most important thing, Kevin. I talked about his ERA. I talked about, he got 3 strikeouts and everything. The most important thing about today's outing from Felix Bautista is he leaves healthy. Get the confidence back in the arm. Slowly make your way back. Felix Bautista being healthy. I don't care if he would have lost today for us, giving up 5 runs, it would have sucked. I would have been upset about it. Like I would have come on here and been like, God damn it.
Zach,
but that's not
what is this picture of Rocco?
Oh, Rocco's, yeah. Yeah, Rocco is, I think we might have Rocco coming in hot too in a few minutes. So Rocco is.
Yeah, Zach is exposing Rocco privately, which might have to soon become publicly.
I think it's going to be, I think he is coming on publicly to him.
Well, then we can have his reaction to to his picture. Also, why is he Rocco parentheses 5'9" in your phone?
I had to put his height in
my phone. Am I Kevin?
No, I don't have anyone else's.
5'6" and 24, 25.
I don't know why. We were at the bar when he gave me his number to be like, yo, because we were only going through Discord. This was like almost 2 years ago now. And he was like, yeah, dude, for when you're on the show, like, so you can text me. And I don't know why I put his height in my phone, but yeah, it's Rocco 5'9" in my phone.
I'm gonna tell him I've already exposed the fact that you're
and
Rocco 5'9". All right, carry on.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So here we Felix Bautista being back, he's healthy. But another one is Yennier Cano. First time we saw him this year. Gets Anthony Santander with a stare down.
Stare down, man.
We got Brad in the chat.
I want to pull up the picture, so I want to do it. So
when he's on,
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
When he's on, we will.
So
Yennier Cano comes in. He's getting strikeouts again. He looks, honestly, it was one of those feelings where I felt almost, I don't want to say I felt better with Yennier Cano's outing than Felix's, because obviously Felix, you build up that. You've been looking forward to it for 500 days. We finally get it back. But Yennier Cano, I think people forget just how good he is. Like, genuinely. And I'm going to be honest, I think I forget how good he is sometimes as well, because we act like it's, the Orioles are going to have, they got to make sure you get to the 9th. Got to get to the 9th, with Felix. Yennier Cano is a damn good pitcher, where if you get to the 8th and we have that 1-2 punch at their best of Yennier Cano and Felix Bautista, there's a reason the Baltimore Orioles of 2023, with Kyle Gibson as their most wins for a pitcher, with a 4.7 ERA, there's a reason they won 101 games. Because if they got to the 8th inning and they had the lead, it was over. They played 7-inning games. You had to beat them in 7. You were done scoring after 7, but they had a whole 9 to score. That's what, and we called them, it was the cardiac comeback kids. How many times did, even when they didn't need, Felix to save it, they kept them in games, so then they could come and walk it off. They could win those 1-run games.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, is that you can, the opposite is true as well, where, you had the ability to be down 4-2 in the 8th and understand that you had 2 innings of shutout ball from your pitcher, so you had 2 innings to try to make up that 2-run deficit. And that's, that's where the cardiac comeback kids started, because their pitching staff will hold it down for them late, and that's just something we did not see from them a ton last season, which was unfortunate, whether it was Craig or other guys struggling in those moments as well. I mean,
Yennier, like, it's so weird. We talk about the closer role being so much mental. Also, Yannick Cano, like his ERA in the ninth inning is like 4, but everywhere else it's like a 1-2. Like some guys just physically, like you can say, like last year, everyone's like, okay, just put Cano in closer. For some reason, he's not. He's not great. He can't mentally. He hasn't gotten to that point of closing. He's not there mentally. It has nothing to do with could he actually do it if you put. It's just a mental thing. Closers, you can ask all the best closers, and you can talk to all the best closers. They're a little messed up in the head, Kevin. Like they see, oh, game on the line, winning run on second, tying run on third. I want that ball. Like they're messed up in the head a little bit, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm getting him out. I don't care if it's Aaron Judge standing up there and hit 3 home runs in 4 innings today. I'm getting him out. We got to bring him on.
He's gonna give people motion sickness with this camera that he's.
I know, Kevin.
Around.
I'm gonna bring him on. You start putting in the link for call-ins, and
this is another one of the people who's allowed to call in for free, and we'll do call-ins with him on the screen.
Unbelievable.
Rocco, your hat's backwards.
Huh?
Your hat's backwards. Baltimore's upside down.
Your hat's backwards. You're upside down.
Thanks.
Yeah. What's up, boys?
How are we feeling, Rocco?
I feel like my head's pretty close to the camera, so I want to back it up a little bit.
Do you want to address the not 5'9" allegations?
Yeah, I'm not 5'9". It's absolutely it's ridiculous that is my name in Zach's phone.
Did you not know that until you saw that screenshot?
No, he's no. He's asked me to change it before. He's like, take that off. And I'm like, no.
Well, you have my name as Rocco59, which is makes me sound like I have some credibility. It's like a rap name, like Royce the 5'9", Rocco the 5'9".
Mr. 5'8" and stuff.
No, listen, we're not getting shorter as we get in here. Damn it. One of my buddies has my name in his phone as Rocco Channel 4 because that's where I work. I'm not 5'5". Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Oh, what the hell? Oh my God. This is crazy, dude. Anyway, yeah, it's just people are jerks, man. What's up, guys?
Rocco, Orioles
do some call-ins. You ready to embrace?
I know who's gonna call in, and I'm not ready for it at all. I think I need to mix in a few waters right now. So
some spicy waters.
Yeah. I'm a little it's been a day. So,
well, Rocco, how do you feel about the Orioles win today? How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. It was really awesome to see Felix back on the mound. Was it a 4-run lead when he took the bump in the ninth?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong. Yep. So I love that it was a 4-run lead, get his confidence going. The nerves are for any baseball player. Felix aside, a guy that's won reliever of the year and a guy that is so talented to come in a situation like that where you haven't pitched in 500 or 600 plus days, whatever that number is, it's an absurd amount of time. For him to come in and do that and to, dominate the way he does, the velocity wasn't what we've seen in the past, and that's okay. I'm sure it will get there over time, but this is a guy that is, coming off a big-time injury. I just love that he went in there, he dominated, and he had himself a damn game. And the Orioles posted, if you guys haven't had a chance, go check it out. They posted a video on their Twitter account and probably on Instagram as well. It's Felix. It's like the close-up version of him on the mound. Mm-hmm. And he takes a look at the baseball afterwards, and it looks like he just kind of examines it. And that's a guy, this game and this win and just this moment means so much to. And then he embraced Brandon Hyde afterwards. I mean, their relationship's fantastic. So to see the big man back and doing his thing, that's what I think all of Birdland just needs to see and wants to see right now.
It's what was needed. It's, yes, you want to see it, but at the same time, I like how you put it. You needed to see it. It felt good to just, and I said before he got on, the biggest thing is he left healthy. He left that game healthy. It's awesome to get the win. 3 strikeouts. It's another day in the office for Felix, but it's great to see him healthy. And let's move on to our call-ins.
So call-ins are live. Link is live in the chats. Just so
I already see who's down there. Do we have to do this?
I want to announce it again. Game 3 call-ins. If you are a member, you can go to the post tab on the channel, and you can click that link to call in. If you are not a member, I'm going to put the link to become. Oh, that's the column. I'm going to put the link to become a member in the
We're
chat.
going to do that at
and
least
we
once.
Also have a new member, Kyle. Appreciate you becoming a member.
Oh, Kyle, appreciate you. Saw that.
So if you don't know how, there's a join button next to subscribe on your computer. Phone, it's a little more difficult, but here is how you join the members. So,
oh baby, let's move on to our first call-in of the day.
Which,
I mean, you guys had to ruin the show. 3 days in.
We had some. I know it was
such a good Saturday.
Yeah, it was. And then I see your face. So, well, I mean, there we go. See?
Are you at Walmart right now, Joe? Where the hell are you?
Yes, I am in Walmart. Congratulations.
Oh, you called it. Wow.
Man, we're on the road. On the road, you know?
There you go.
I love it, Joe. Don't let that asshole call you out. Joe, how are we feeling after Heston Kjerstad sack fly? Just get the runners in. How are we feeling?
It'd been better if it was a home run because I had them in the click to pick and I need my numbers to go up. But, hey, okay.
You can't win them all, Joe.
It's all right.
Can't win them all. So.
Can't win them all. Joe, how are we feeling just overall with this game? Offense seems to be back. Felix is back.
Good. We got some work in from the mountain today. It worked really good. I figured they'd pitch them today instead of tomorrow because they want to pitch them in the home opener, which will probably be Tuesday from what the weather's looking like. But
there's going to be an opening. There's going to be an opening on Monday. I'm hoping at least.
Joe, he looked good and much better than Arkansas did against Texas Tech.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, basketball season's over. We beat Vandy today, so why don't you just roll over? Is Temple in the tournament? Did Temple make the tournament?
Listen, buddy, we don't talk about Temple. We don't say anything about Temple. Temple doesn't. No, we're not doing this right now. Absolutely not.
You started it.
Yeah, well,
it is true, Rocco. You really took a shot there that I don't know if you figured he would come back for.
Yeah,
I mean, Temple Owls, man.
It's college baseball season, Rocco. Come on, get with the program.
We don't even have a baseball team, so I have nothing to say. It's like
oh my God.
A baseball program like 7 years ago.
Maybe you could get a wrestling team. We go back to school and join the wrestling team.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't last in wrestling, man. I just I don't know. It would be. I don't think anyone would want to see that. Number one, and number two,
What everyone wants to see is Twitch put you through a table. That's what everyone wants.
Oh my God.
When the Ryan Ripken show and Kevin and Zach Reacts, these channels get to go 20,000 subscribers each, I'll have my brother put me through a table.
People make it happen.
Yeah,
man.
You heard it here. Don't you worry.
Are you joining us for the 2400 live stream, Rocco?
It's 24 hours.
24-hour live stream at 2400
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
You live stream for 24 hours.
We're going 24 hours straight.
The height comments in the chat have to stop right now. This is bullshit.
I love how they're continuously getting shorter.
Next I'm going to be 4'11".
I know you're going to get into the.
You already got
I'm 4'9" right now. I'm happy.
I love that I'm short. I'm significantly shorter than you, and you're the one getting all the height comments.
Jeez, I was gonna say. All right, Joe. Any final comments about the game or about Rocco?
I mean, we don't really need to say much more about Rocco. He knows how much of a snake he is. So,
you call him a whip snake because he wears that hat 24/7.
He's a snake. He's a closet Steeler fan. Well, not so much a closet Steeler fan.
Yeah, not anymore.
Once he wore it all to
the Yankees, but he's been watching.
He's a Jeter guy.
The Yankees. I bet he's a Yankee fan at heart.
Rocco, who's your favorite player growing up?
Derek Jeter.
Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh my God.
Actually, you want to know who my favorite player was growing up? Mickey Morandini.
All right, you know what?
Swear to
Mine
God.
was Robert Andino.
I had a 12
Crazy.
Mickey Morandini Phillies jersey growing up. Loved him. Wanted to play second base because of him.
Yeah.
Not even like a Shane Victorino, not Jimmy Rollins.
I was going to say Shane. I got old Brian Roberts right there.
Love that.
There you go.
Love it. So appreciate you, Joe. We'll get you out of here because we got actually a lot of call-ins today. Going to be some fun. So we'll catch you, Joe.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Make sure to Ruck Faco. Appreciate you, Joe. We're moving on to our first caller across the pond. Over there, British Raven. Nick, how we feeling? Living on mountain time.
Living on mountain time.
Best American accent in the game.
How nice of this fraud to join us. Fresh off the back of his debut in the infamous film Snow White and the Seven Roccos. He can't even mirror. This is
my favorite show.
He can't even mirror his camera, but yet he turns up here 3 days late.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
The guy would trip over his own ego and blame the floor for being too flat.
Oh my God. I'm hopping on a plane.
You might have to leave, Rocco. I don't know.
Rocco joined Rocco takes. He's like, I'm going to invade the chat and he's like, I'm going to cause havoc, and everyone is just completely turned on him. I love it.
Oh my God.
He is 3'8", so he wouldn't have far to fall.
3'8".
Yeah, we just skipped all the 4 foot. We went straight down.
We had a 4.9 in here somewhere. I saw a 4.9 in the comments a little bit ago.
You have to remember, it's about where you measure from. It's just in case you actually measure anywhere, Rocco, you won't actually get any.
Well, we have to first acknowledge. We have to first acknowledge that Nick does have the clock, and I like it. I like the clock.
Oh, Nick, that is so needed.
That was there yesterday, but Rocco wasn't here, so.
I guess we couldn't.
So we did the
I haven't talked to you in like 2 months, and it's been the happiest 2 months of my life. Not dealing with you and Joe on a regular basis made me so happy.
You can't escape them forever, Rocco.
You DM'd me recently, Rocco. That is a lie.
That just simply didn't happen.
Fake news.
Wow.
Fake news. Whatever.
How dare you peddle that?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh man! All right, Nick. How you feeling about the game? I feel like you're living on mountain time. How you feeling about them?
We're having fun again, aren't we?
You know, it was so over yesterday, but now we're so back. It's just
so over.
I canceled the season yesterday.
Yeah, it was done.
Yeah,
there was always a chance.
You know, you just take it day by day. We don't overreact here.
Absolutely not. No, never.
Nick, overall, just your thoughts, just on the game, just the home runs, everything. How are you feeling, especially after last night? I mean, it's just baseball is one of those beautiful sports because you can hate everything about the game one night, and then the next day you're like, God, this game's beautiful.
It was just nice to be happy about the game again.
Yeah.
You know, scoring, playing small ball, that's the best thing you can do. It's like yesterday we didn't do enough of the small ball stuff, and today we did enough of it, and we won. We played well.
They did. And that's what matters is, you know, it's not, we talked about earlier, it wasn't just the 3 solo shots. Even if they didn't have the solo shots, technically would have been a little more stressful at the end there when first and second, I'll tell you that. But they would have still won. They got 6 runs, not from the long ball, which you love to see. I'll give Joe's guy his credit. Hestinghurst said, yes, it wasn't, you know, a big line drive. It wasn't 120 off the bat, but he hit the ball deep enough to where it got the run in. And that's what matters. It's the little things. It's when you have a guy on third and less than 2 outs, we don't need to go yard every time. It felt like last year all people were doing was trying to go yard, and it was home run or strikeout. How many times last year did it feel like guy on third, no outs, and then it was strikeout, fly out? If you can get that fly out before 2 outs, you're scoring runs. It doesn't always have to be a hit.
We played situational baseball today.
Yeah, stealing bases, moving runners over, getting them in.
We needed that last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. We talked about it all last season. It was they weren't doing small ball, they weren't stealing bases, they weren't moving guys over, and then at the end they just weren't even getting guys on base, and it was just solo homer.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the end it was literally we were living and dying by the solo homer.
You have to play the game as it presents to you.
Yeah. Orioles 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. I'll take that.
Yep.
I will take that. Get guys over, get guys in. That's all that matters. Nick, any final thoughts before we get you out of here? But once again, about baseball, about Rocco, anything is accepted.
I'll spare Rocco because if I speak anymore, he may get shorter. I was thinking 2-9, but no, we'll leave it. We'll leave it where it is.
Yeah.
Yenya Kano had me feeling a certain kind of way, and then today was my first mountain experience.
Wow. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because obviously he was injured last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what?
It only gets better.
Can only get so excited.
Yeah. It's gonna go only up from here. Only up from here.
It really is. Nick, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, the first mountain experience and 3 strikeouts getting it done. It's going to be fun, seeing him. Like I think Biohack put in the chat earlier, he touched 98. That was the highest he hit.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if back, once we hit, June and stuff, he's back up to putting 100, 101 up on the gun. And, man, that slider he added, he tossed that over. He actually used it as a get-me-over pitch a few times, and it had hitters in hell. They are not used to that. Yeah, literally. He was used, and he could pinpoint it. And if Felix, I'm telling you guys, if Felix gets back to throwing 100, he uses that splitter, and he can get that slider to just be usable. He's the best closer in baseball.
This was the perfect situation for him to start the season in, Zach and Kevin and Nick. It was like you couldn't have asked for a better start to the season and a better situation for Brandon Hyde to pick up the phone and say, all right, bring Felix in. Like, we need him here.
Four runs.
Like, it wasn't a 1-run lead where this guy felt like he had to throw gas and, like, just bring it to every single batter. Like, I felt like Felix was so comfortable in this situation. He came in, he was cool, calm, collected, and that's what you need from this guy going forward. And like you said, we're going to see him touch 100 again. There's no doubt about it. But it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But at the end of the day, we just want to see him healthy, finish the season healthy, and get back to where he feels like and everyone in Birdland feels like he should belong. And that's the best closer in baseball, and he's well on his way.
Yep.
I agree.
Well, I mean, at 85%, he's probably better than 90% of closers in the league. So,
without a doubt, yes. I agree. Nick, I don't agree with you on much. I won't agree with you on anything else, probably, as long as we're, I don't know, friends, enemies, acquaintances. But I agree with you on
frenemies.
That. Yeah, frenemies. That's what we'll call each other. Fair.
Keep your friends close, but keep Rocco far away as you can.
I love it. You know what?
Love that. Put that on a T-shirt. Yep.
Put it on a T-shirt. Yeah. Nick, appreciate you joining us. We'll, I'm sure we'll catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a 1:00 game, so they're getting. These are the easy ones for you, Nick. Right?
Yeah, these ones are the easy ones, but when we get out west, that's the pain.
Oh, I cannot even imagine. Yeah. Could not even imagine. Nick, appreciate you joining us always, and we'll catch you later. And I mean, we're talking about crazy times. I feel like every phone call we pick up, with times getting crazy. We're going even further away down the land down under. AJ, how we
What's doing? What's up, AJ?
Feeling, oh man, great game. This, even though it was a closer game, not as like perfect or whatever, this was even better to watch than opening day because they went. It's what I was saying yesterday. It's easy to hit when 1 through 9 in the lineup's hitting. The pitching is good. Like you're up the whole time. You're never worried about it. Kramer struggled. He got through it. I think it was a better outing than it's going to look at on the scorecard at the end of the day. Like he got through in a third. He gave up 5, but at the end of the day, he put us in a position to win, which is all you need out of your 3 guy, who realistically is probably going to end up being more of a 4-5 guy. Yeah. I'm not worried about him at all. That was just great game. Just in general. Yeah. Well, looked jet lagged once they got put on mountain time. They couldn't touch him.
No,
because nobody could get him out today.
No, Bo Bichette is looking very much like his 2023 self, which is going to be annoying. But I'm glad we're getting 4 of the games out of the way early before he really gets into his groove. Hoping they can go take the series tomorrow. You win 3 of 4. with Bichette and Vlad doing the damage that they've been doing, it feels like we can't get either of them out right now. If you can find a way to win 3 of 4, that is a massive win to start the year.
You're feeling good. Not looking forward to the 4 a.m. start. It's going to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, so tomorrow's 4 a.m.
I'm glad British Raven over here is so happy about the midday stuff. Give me my night games. That's when I get to sleep in.
AJ, he's not a happy guy for the most part, but he's happy about that. So, that's all we ask from him.
I mean, aren't you grumpy? Like, I don't think you can call him the sad guy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't consider myself grumpy. I'm just, agitated.
Controversial, but you gave a great performance in that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all I can do. All I can do is just be myself.
You're a star, Rocco. Don't let anybody say that.
AJ, we talked about Mountain Time. How great was it to see him out there again? Obviously, how good he looked aside, just seeing Felix back out on the mound.
Like, strikes out 3. Even at his best, he's going to walk guys. Like, that's just part of his game. There's going to be a guy where he just has no idea how to hit the strike zone. But Ben McDonald made a great point that Gary Sanchez was very smart for just switches. He was getting out in front, switch to the breaking ball, change the delivery, get back in the zone, and then it was lights out from there.
Yeah, lights out from there. It really was. It just feels good to see Felix back on the mound. The bullpen did their job. It was sketchy sometimes. They got into some situations, but they kept finding their way out.
For me today, not his best outing after striking out 3 yesterday.
Yeah, and it looked like at times he found the strike zone, and you're like, okay, he gets that strikeout on Kirk, and you're like, okay, we're back, get back in the groove, and it's like walk, and you're like, but Hyder, quick leash today. Very quick leash. You could tell that Hyde was like, we got to win this game.
It'll be interesting to watch how that goes because I think Hyde gets a bit overhated sometimes, but man, he some of his bullpen management last year was questionable. So it's going to be interesting to see how he balances the short leash while not because we're already using guys in back-to-back days now with Aiken and Soto. So will be interesting to see a blend of, keep the short leash, don't blow leads, and also don't blow your bullpen because that's what killed us is our bullpen, which is exhausted.
It goes back to what we talked about last night is Suarez pitching, the way he did. And even though it wasn't great, he still was able to put 2+ innings out, and that saved guys for today. And that's what they needed.
Absolutely. Like if Suarez goes 2/3 of an inning yesterday and we got to use even more relievers and now say Soto and Dominguez aren't available today, who knows if we pull that game out. So definitely overall, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was shut down from the bullpen. Like Kramer was the one that gave up all 5, right?
Yeah. And the bullpen, they found their ways into situations, but they kept getting out. And I do think part of the short leash with Soto, even though Dominguez, with the way he's been pitching, wasn't a sure thing to get guys out. I don't think they wanted to give up any runs in the 8th because Rocco, like you said earlier, a 4-run lead was the perfect time to bring Felix in. No, because if all of a sudden if it's a 2-run game, if it's a 1-run game, you're sitting there and you're like, yes, we have to bring Felix in to close this out. But it's a high leverage situation. I like today he was able. Hell, if he gave up 3 solos, it was okay.
And not only that, I remember at winter meetings when Ryan was talking with Brandon Hyde about Gregory Soto, like that was the big thing. Is like confidence for him last season and this season will be key. So maybe it's we're gonna see Soto in those high leverage situations where the games get closer, but he's a guy where you're gonna have to build his confidence up over time. And it's like it's not coddling the guy, but getting him in the right situations and getting him out of the situations when need be, and you got to throw another person in there. It's not, but I feel like Gregory Soto will find his way this season. Obviously, it's early on. It's like 2-3 games into the season, but he's a guy that the O's are going to – it could go either way with him this year, and I hope it goes the right way where he's able to build that confidence. He's able to come in high-leverage situations and really help the O's in those high-leverage situations like in the 7th and 8th innings for sure.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, there was a small part of me that's like, I did not want to work with a 2-run or a 1-run. There was a small part of me that wanted someone to give up one like stupid solo shot Batista could get the save. Like
oh yeah.
Part of me, like 4-run, 3-run, not that different, but you get the nice little save on the scorecard. But he pitched his ass off. That splitter is just he was landing it for strikes, which he wasn't doing for the first bit of spring. So if he can get the splitter out of the zone, he can get it in the zone, and no matter where it is, hitters just if you're trying to catch that 98, just wicked sinker, you're not hitting it.
I think we'll get plenty of saves ahead this season, AJ. So no need to worry about that. Like they'll be coming for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, AJ. Final thoughts before we get you out of here. On guess you got an early wake up call tomorrow. What time is it there now?
It's 10 a.m. So I'm gonna go. I got to get some uni work done. Take a nap. Be ready to get up bright and early tomorrow, which I shouldn't do because I got class, but
I love it.
There you go.
I love it. I love the dedication, AJ. Absolutely love the dedication. Appreciate you calling in.
By the way, we're looking forward to the Australia tour we're going to get.
Yeah, the Kangaroos.
I didn't have an Australian prop today. So
that's it. You know what? There are going to be plenty more games to be able to get some in here.
We got 159 left.
It's too early to have an Australian beer. So
yeah. You know. Probably 10 a.m.'s a little early. Hey, appreciate you as always, AJ. We'll catch you next time, my guy.
Awesome, AJ. Appreciate you.
Appreciate. Now we're gonna head on. We got the Martins sitting there, and I think we may have something ready. Oh my gosh,
she's here making her debut.
We're the here.
All right, we need the full introduction.
So this is Savannah.
Oh.
She will be 8 months old tomorrow.
Yep.
And she has gone through an entire, at least O season last year with me. And now she got to experience her first mountain today.
Oh, look at that.
That's what we love.
Nice?
Love it.
You say hi.
Oh,
hey, hello.
Oh.
This is awesome. How are you all feeling for anything at this point? How are we feeling there?
It was seeing Bautista do what he does best. No, he's not at 100%. It was a sight for sore eyes, so to speak. It just
there were slight tears. For me, it's the anticipation, and then for him to come back, and I know it's not like at home with the orange carpet, but darn, it felt good.
Yeah, it did. It felt really good. Just to see him out there again, I almost found myself pinching myself of like, wow, this is really happening. Like Felix Bautista is back in a regular season game. It's not spring training. We're not seeing him throw off of no more, Felix Bautista is long tossing today, or he's on a backfield throwing light, warm-ups.
Yeah.
It was on the mound.
Is it Tommy John's? Is it not? Is it coming back?
Yep.
I wasn't sure if he was even going to come in today. They kept talking about him and showing him, but then once he was actually up and throwing, I'm like, it's going to happen.
Yeah. I literally got chills. Like Cedric, unfortunately, strikes out in the 8th, and they're like, and here comes Felix. And like my body, I was like,
I know. I was waiting for all the lights.
You get chills.
And I was like,
it felt like that Michael Scott thing where it's like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't necessarily want to be in a safe situation, but if you are, have it be with Bautista.
Yes. Exactly.
And it was nice to have that comfort of, I think we're gonna get out of this one.
It's not last year.
A little bit better than Kimbrel. A little bit less stress than Craig Kimbrel, especially at the end there.
It was just nice not having to see Kimbrel out there. Just like take care of business, go home, take care of them the next day.
Yeah, you had to hold your breath a little bit less.
Yep. It just felt good. And like I said, it was awesome to say, just see him get out healthy, leave there with a smile on his face. It just feels like we're back. Like that was one of those moments where it's like a very nice we're back moment. Felix Bautista going out there doing what he does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that it was Dean that let the 5 go by, but I'm a huge Dean Kramer fan. I think first game out, everyone has such high expectations for everyone. I personally thought he stayed calm when he needed to and just got the job done. I'm a big Dean Kramer fan.
That was the difference between him and Morton.
Yep, it was because yesterday Morton got into trouble, couldn't get out of it. Suddenly it's the 4th inning, and you got to bring in Suarez. Dean settled in, battled, and gave this team a chance to go win the game, where you couldn't really say that yesterday. It felt like, okay, Morton left, and that's the game. Like, we're not winning this. It's just save the bullpen. Dean kept him in. The offense gave him the run support, and then after that, he was lights out. He did what he had to do.
There's some players in both football and baseball that once they get angry, they either play extremely well or they completely fall apart. Tom Brady was one of those that fell apart. People like Dean and Grayson are, when they get angry, they get better.
Yeah. I agree.
Really sorry, I know I went. I switched.
No, it's all good.
You want to say hi too? Do you have any opinions?
Well, speaking of football,
you just
I
say,
know
go
you guys are a house divided over there. Is Savannah Ravens Giants? Is she both?
Yeah,
I held her for 9 months. She's a Giants fan.
She has gear for both, but baseball season is 100% Orioles.
That's what
we love. That's what we love.
Yeah. She can actually stay up to see the Giants draft pick. It's fine.
Yeah, you make great points. Anything else you guys got before we get you out of here? This has been incredible. I'm glad Savannah got the screen time.
Real quick, how excited are you guys for Tomo tomorrow?
Oh,
I can't wait.
This is the most excited I've been for a game that's not opening day, because it's just I don't know what we're going to get. I genuinely don't. I have these expectations of he could be incredible, he could be average, but I think Tomo is going to be a big surprise for a lot of people
Sounds
tomorrow.
like a regular Orioles game. You don't know what you're going to get.
Oh,
every game.
Every game. You never do.
It's baseball, yeah.
That's why we play 162 of them, and you hope anything at the end of it, anything can happen. Appreciate you guys calling in as always.
For sure.
We'll see you next time.
You say bye.
All right, guys.
All right.
Bye. God, I love this community. Awesome. I love it so much. Next up, we're going to head to Steve. So, Steve, how we doing, my man?
Yes.
So, Wesley going deep twice was not on my bingo card today.
No.
I'm glad it ended up being on there, though.
But when I saw Bautista warming in the bullpen, I got goosebumps. Like, literal goosebumps. I'm like, are we finally
happening.
all the way freaking back?
It's how it felt. It is. It's how it felt. It's how it... it gave you that feeling of, like you said, that, oh, we're back. Like, it didn't matter that, all the time that he's missed, everything, we were done with that. We were past it all, past the who's going to be the closer. What are we going to do if it gets to this situation? Felix Bautista's back. You had the lead in the 9th. Have the mountain go end it.
But the best moment of that game, Westy 2 home runs, great. Cowser leadoff nuke, loved it. How about the Cano stare down of Santander?
I think Tony might have enjoyed watching Cano from the outfield a little bit more than facing him, because you could tell. And I'll give it to Tony. He made a joke and laughed at Cano afterwards of like, okay, you got me. All right, you get that one.
And how silly did those Blue Jays players look against Bautista in the 9th?
Yeah, when he was locating, was you weren't hitting him, and it was the same thing. It's never Felix versus the batter. It's always going to be Felix versus Felix. If Felix is feeling like Felix, if he's got control of the zone, if he can pinpoint his pitches, you're not touching him. It doesn't matter who you send up to the plate. It doesn't matter how hot they are, how well they're seeing the ball. If Felix is on, he's unhittable. And you add in now this slider that he's throwing people off with. It's just, I don't know how you hit him right now. If he's on, you're not hitting him. You're not getting a hit.
And I said this in the chat before Collins went live. If this was Bautista at 85%, God help MLB when he's at 100%, chucking 100 mile an hour fastballs at you.
Yeah, he'll get there, Steve. He's on his way. Like in due time.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Once he does, it's going to be scary for the rest of Major League Baseball if he can stay healthy and do his thing. Like it's a scary person to face.
Yeah.
And before I go, I'm super pumped for Sugano tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to play a quick little prediction game with you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
Sugano's line tomorrow in his debut. Predict it.
Okay.
I'm going to go. I'll be optimistic. I'm going to say he goes 6 innings of 2-run ball.
Okay.
6 complete 6, 2 earned runs. I just feel like that's going to be where he sits for most of the years. I don't know if he ever is going to be an 8-inning, no run guy. He's just going to be a very solid. He's going to go 6, only allow 1 to 2.
Yeah. I'm going to take a wild guess and just go. I like where you're at, Zach, with 6, and I was thinking 6, but I'm thinking like first outing for this guy, first major league outing. I'm thinking maybe Hyde might have like a shorter leash than usual, although he is 35 years old. I'm thinking 5 innings, 4 Ks, 2 earned. That's just what I'm going with.
I'd probably go like 5 2/3, 3 runs, 6 strikeouts. That's where I'm going. So I think we're on the similar ballpark.
Steve, you got one for us?
I'm going to go 7 innings.
Wow.
3 hits, 1 earned, 10 punchies.
Oh! I love it.
So,
out of the gate, Steve.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I have him in one of my fantasy leagues.
Listen, Steve, sure you're not.
Yeah. I've been there.
Steve, I love it. Before we get you out of here, any final thoughts? Just things. I love the Sugano prediction. I'm excited. I can't even put into words how excited I am for tomorrow.
I said this in chat. I have an Adley Rutschman white Orioles jersey coming.
Love it.
I have a throwback Terps jersey coming. Basketball. Juan Dixon from the 02 Natty year.
Oh.
And probably my personal favorite, and I can't believe I found this. I have a purple Ravens Pancake Pat jersey coming.
Oh, let's go.
I was gonna say Nick is
that's a trifecta. That's trifecta. Love it. Let's go.
And I still have my Gunnar Henderson City Connect.
Oh,
you got the collection, man.
I was gonna say
you're building.
I'm after the Adley, I'm probably gonna get Cowser in black. And then if I can find a Felix jersey, I'm getting that in orange.
I love that.
I respect it.
Felix jersey will go hard.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And as always, # always blame Rocco.
Always blame Rocco.
Had to get it in. Let's go, Steve. Let's go.
Steve, appreciate you calling in. We'll catch you next time,
appreciate
my guy.
Steve.
Bye,
Steve. Appreciate it.
This one's my favorite Sombo prediction. 27 strikeouts.
27 perfect.
So we got another one. 9 innings, 0 hits, 0.
You know what? If enough people speak it into existence, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Kevin, Molly wanted to thank you for taking time out of the show to like her Instagram pic. She said
I refreshed my Instagram. It was like
she
third
said
picture to pop up.
She was like, "Oh, shout out Kevin for liking the pic while on the deal." Kevin, he's a man of the people.
I am. What can I say? What can I say?
Oh gosh,
Kevin's something. Man of the people might not be it.
It's what Kevin, man of the people. Let's move on to our next one. Thanos fan.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hello, gentlemen. So
how are we feeling?
I'm not much of a talker, so I'm just going to say I have 3 things to say, and then I'm going to hang up because I'm just one of those douchebags.
I don't like the way this is going already. Because I see what you have under your name, Fatos fan. So I'm ready.
So the first thing is I want to thank you guys for doing this because
Of course.
Being an O's fan now with this kind of a format, with the call-ins and just the shows in general, it's really, as a 54-year-old guy, this is the most fun I've had being an Orioles fan. So I just want to thank you guys for that.
Really do appreciate that.
Second thing is this. I think the unsung hero of today's game was Sir Anthony, because the way he sat them down, I forget what inning it was, I think kept the game where it was and allowed everything else to play out.
Yeah, in the eighth inning, I mean, he gives up a single hit. It's a 2-run game, and I'm telling you, it feels a little bit more uncomfortable with Felix coming in, especially in the ninth when he gets the 2 guys on. It definitely changed the game. The Blue Jays didn't feel like they had a chance once Felix came in. If they would have gotten that hit against Sir Anthony, they would have found a way. It looks a lot different. I agree.
This is a completely different bullpen when you have a Felix Bautista at the tail end and not a Craig Kimbrell. And then on top of that, you have guys you could put in different positions where you don't have to put them, at the tail end of a game to close it out. Like, who your closer is, and it's the Mountain. And then when Kittredge, when he eventually comes back, and that's the hope that he comes back healthy at some point in the season, you have another solid setup guy as well, in addition to the guys you already have, like Dominguez, like Soto, like Cano. So I think this bullpen at the tail end right now, like, it's early, but they look pretty good with Felix right there.
Yeah, and I'm also going to add my Tomo tomorrow. Definitely going to be a big deal. And of course, the last thing I got to say is, I love you, Rocco.
Let's go.
Love you too, Fat O's fan. I know that's a lie, but
I'm sure you do.
Listen. Just no more with that AI bullshit, all right?
That's my favorite, Rocco. You stop that.
You shouldn't have said that.
Oh man,
you put yourself in a war to
listen. You can do it to Ripken. I need more Ozer Fine content with his receding hairline.
Ruck Facco content. Ozer Fine and Ruck Facco. That's what we need.
All right, I'll get right on that.
Appreciate you, Fat O's. We'll get you next time.
See you, buddy.
That was a perfect way.
Oh, he's the best.
We got. There's only one way to end it. Only one way to end it. We got Laura. Rocco is. Laura Howie, the O's.
There you go.
The O's are fine.
Love it.
Laura, how are we feeling after the win?
I am feeling fine as cherry wine. I mean, that was a great game this afternoon. Oh, sorry. There was a person here earlier. We kept calling, because we call Felix the Mountain, and he kept going, "What do you mean mountain time? We're in the Eastern time zone." And I'm just like, "Bro, just shut up.
You just don't
you don't get it.
Just go away.
It's mountain time.
Yes, you don't get it. Go away.
For these 5 minutes, it's mountain time. It doesn't matter where you're viewing on Earth. AJ's in Australia. He's still watching on mountain time when it's in the ninth. British Raven's still watching on mountain time when it's in the ninth. It doesn't matter where you are geographically. All those fans are on mountain time when that man walks in the game.
Let me just say I kicked him out of my bed, so there you go. Rocco. Rocco, I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to be nice. See, Rocco's fixing everyone who just bully him. No. Every time I see this thing on Instagram with Elmo and Rocco, I send it to Rocco, and Elmo goes, "Who invited Rocco?"
Yep, every
time.
I have that saved on my phone. I have it saved on my phone.
Friends, enemies, everybody says it. It's like, it is what it is at this point. Just got to embrace it.
Who invited Rocco?
Yep.
Who invited Rocco? But Rocco, I will give you props. You're taller than Kevin. Because I know
honestly, that's what I've been saying.
I haven't met yet, Rocco.
Despite popular opinion, despite popular opinion, I am in fact taller than Kevin. But
I know. I think it's so funny that I'm the one that is actually like somewhat significantly shorter than Rocco, and yet Rocco is the one that gets all of the height jokes.
And then you're also the one that gets all the young jokes, and I'm the one who's younger.
I know. It's like a circle.
Kevin gets all. Yeah, Kevin gets all the young jokes, and in reality, Zach is the youngest one out of all.
AJ, that'll do it.
That comment is factual. Yes.
Yeah, we like Kevin. It's not the height; it's the fact that we. Yeah, you see, actually, why are we all on? Kevin's actually 6'1".
I know. Yeah, I'm putting on the front all this time.
Kevin has a larger than life presence. It's wet.
Yeah, Rocco, because you know what? You can kill the momentum of one player. I can kill the entire franchise. So
yeah, that is true. That is true. You've done that before. Sorry, Cole Irvin.
Laura, any thoughts before we get out of here? Anything we got on your mind?
161-1, baby. That's it.
We're still in it. We're still in it.
We're still in it. Rocco, are you going to go out and get some sun? You know, you were looking kind of pale lately.
Laura, I walked around in Canton today. I had a good time. I saw some sun. It was like 70 to 80 degrees out. Yeah, but
I mean, but now you're super pale to be Italian, my friend. I mean, come on.
I know I am very pale, and I don't know. I think I have like a vitamin like C or D or whatever the hell it is deficiency. So, well,
oh my god!
Figure out which one it is first, and then try to work on it.
I could go there with the vitamin D, but maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah. That's what it is. Laura, we'll get there, Laura.
Appreciate you as always. This was the only way we could end the call on today. So appreciate you.
Fine. Let's go.
Laura. That's right. And if you want one of these wonderful shirts, make sure you go and become a Holy Shirt and Pants members at Ryan Rifkin Show. So you can get one of these. I keep modeling it for everyone. You know you want one. They come in black and gray.
By the way.
They're super soft. Yeah. Super soft.
I was so surprised when I don't even think Rocco has one yet.
I don't.
Yep.
No.
Oh, look at that. I got one before Rocco.
Literally.
You did. Yep.
Yes, you did.
Shows how valued I am on the show.
Laura, we appreciate you. We'll see
always
you next
a pleasure, guys.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you. All right. Bye, Laura.
What a show.
I knew when I said vitamin D, all these jabronis in this chat, we're just gonna have a field day with it. So you know what? You're welcome. That's all I gotta say.
Rocco, you're gonna come on the show more often.
The vitamin D or D deficiency or whatever the hell you're saying. You know what?
So you're gonna be back tomorrow. You're enjoying this?
No, I'm not enjoying it at all. I'm having a terrible time. I hate all of you.
Oh, Rocco. Sometimes you're a good kid. Sometimes you're a good kid. But guys, any final thoughts before we get out of here? Orioles win 9-5. It was a fun time. Rocco, what are your final thoughts?
I'm gonna order an extra large pizza from Papa John's tonight and like 5 spicy garlic sauces.
Oh yeah! Sending those things where it's like sending hate from Australia.
We need to do some more Rocco food reviews this year.
Oh, dude, I'm about to eat the shit out of an extra large pizza every time.
What pizza?
I don't know if Ovechkin scored yesterday, but every time I see that, like, I'm trying to like diet right now. It's cutting season, so like, but every time
you're eating an entire
listen, those spicy garlic sauces. I'm just like, it's very hard to like not just pull the trigger on that. So I don't know. We'll see.
So now
what type of pizza are you getting? Just plain cheese?
Yeah, I go plain cheese, spicy garlic sauces.
Yeah, we can. For those who don't know my pizza preference, I am a mushroom pizza all the way.
You're disgusting.
You gotta go like the buffalo chicken pizza or something.
All right, if I'm doing like a legit pizza, because Ariana gets on me because she's like, you're disgusting for getting Papa John's all the time. She's like, get like actual
if it's just cheese.
And I'm like, I agree. Like, my girlfriend loves me for the most part, but like, she talks a lot of shit. So like, she says that if I were to get like an actual like pizza out, the go-to is cheese. Obviously, I call it plain. Being from the Pennsylvania region, call me a psychopath. I don't care. But like, if you're going specialty topping, it's buff chick, buffalo.
Thank you.
Buff chick.
Did you say buff chick?
Buff chick.
Buff chick.
Kevin,
Buff chick.
Is that a thing?
Buff chick?
Yes, Kevin.
I've never heard of buff chick.
Well, Kevin, you didn't have many friends in high school or college.
I can't agree with Hawaiian.
I guess I
can't
did.
agree with Hawaiian. I can't agree with Hawaiian.
You know what?
I'm fine. It's not my favorite.
I want to tell you. I want to tell you my pineapple pizza take. I swore that I hated pineapple pizza in the Hawaiian take. It's like if you've never tried it. So a lot of people have just like never tried it and they'll talk shit on it. They'll be like, pineapple on pizza is gross. I'll never try it. Try it and see what you think. Because like it's not my go-to, but like I don't necessarily hate it. I can't say like I'm gonna be against it completely. So it's definitely not bad.
Pepperoni, well done pizzas. I do like a little crunch at
times. The well done. I think Abused Orioles fan, great name by the way, is talking about the well done pepperoni on the pizza, not the actual pizza being well done. Like the crispiness of the pepperoni is friggin' fantastic.
Okay, but there's also a well done, like pizza well done is like when you want it like crunchier. So that's like
yeah. Do you guys get your wings well done? Like not well done, but like I know Kevin gets his steak well done because he's an absolute psychopath.
Medium well.
If you get your wings, yeah, you're disgusting. You get your wings like
extra thank you. Whole thing well done. I was gonna say no one's just getting pepperoni.
Well, the pepperoni, I'm saying well done when it's like got some like black around the edges, like you can tell it's like a little burnt.
I agree with that, Rocco.
Yeah. Fire.
Wings though, I don't crisp.
I don't know how many.
I'm a boneless wings guy, so I don't really care.
Listen, I don't know how many people live in the Baltimore area on here. I know we had Nick from, wherever the hell Nick's from. I don't even know. Across the pond somewhere. Great. Team Cryptid so fan. Let's have a good time.
Where are you? And then you wonder why he's good. He's the one that gets bullied.
Nick knows I love him.
You just do it to yourself.
No, Nick being from, Nick being British. You got AJ from Australia, correct? That's
yeah.
Yeah. And then we have people from all over, which is super cool. But like for the people that live in like the Baltimore area, Stackhouse in Canton has some of the most underrated wings I've ever had in my life. Had them today. Kissling's is very good. They're fantastic, honestly. People say they're pricey, fine. But like Stackhouse, most bang for your buck. Go over, get their wings, and like go on like wing day. You will not be disappointed, I promise.
All right, so I have a confession. I've never had Kissling's wings, but I've heard nothing but absolutely incredible things about them.
Yes,
I have to get them. I've heard the same thing. It's going to be a little pricier, but I've heard it is like if you want a damn good wing, you got to Kissling's.
Yeah, like what kills me, guys, sometimes is like people will say like Kissling's is overrated, which respectfully, I disagree with them being overrated. I think
disagree with it disrespectfully.
I think
disrespectful.
I think overpriced. I do not think they're overrated. I think they have some of the best sauce I've ever had, and like they do the it's like the Parmesan cheese balls on the wings, and Ibar I've heard does that too. I haven't had Ibar in Baltimore, but I heard their wings are fantastic as well. So like, got to try that too.
We're gonna have to have a Kevin and Doug. Maybe this is where we just have some wing reviews, Rocco. We might just have to.
We could do that as like either we could start a monthly
like
thing,
Rocco, just randomly. We might just have a random day where we're like, Rocco's also, while we're talking about this, Rocco's just gonna be down in wings reviewing them.
I'll do that, or what I could do is I'll just like drive to wherever the hell you live, drive to wherever the hell Kevin lives, and just like drop off wings, and then I'll come back here. We can all review the wings on the stream.
Or we could all just or we could just order them. I don't know why you suddenly have to live.
Well, let's see where you guys live, just like me and my friends.
Rocco sent me the picture earlier today of me crossing him up at his house.
Ridiculous. Zach came here.
I remember that.
He literally, I forget what you were picking up. But
I
Zach
did drop off a key for Brad.
The key for, yeah. And Zach put his phone, I didn't even see it. He put his phone like on my counter. He like propped it up against like a water bottle or something. And then I'm just like standing in the middle of my kitchen, and Zach comes up to me and he goes, crosses me up and walk. And I was like, what's that? And then he points to the camera. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, he got you on that one, unfortunately for you. Yeah. Tough day for you.
Yep. Anyway.
All right. Is that all we got?
Yeah, that's all we got for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. What up? You know what? what a time. I'm glad we all did this. I'm glad we were all here to witness this all. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. This is Kevin and Zach React. We go live after every single Orioles game, win or loss. Rocco joins sometimes. Ryan joins sometimes. You never really know who's going to join. We do call-ins every single day. But the O's are fine. The bats are back. Felix is back. And good God, are we having fun here. So that's going to do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. We'll be back tomorrow after the Orioles play at 1:07, 1:30. I don't know, sometime in the 1 o'clock. Unless you're overseas, then figure out that time. They seem to have it down pretty well, though. We'll see you next time tomorrow for another edition of Kevin and Zach React.
Cheers.